Right. So good evening, everybody, and welcome to our special webinar for CIT, specifically for the August 2025 date. It's normally our practice to have an opening night before the commencement of any of our programs. And this is a special night for CIT, the Chartered Institute of Taxation Ghana Professional Program. And it's our delight to welcome everyone to this open night. We have been teaching CIT as a professional program for the past 3 years now. This year makes it 3 years since our journey on rolling out the CIT program, having achieved much success in delivering our Institute of Chartered Accountant program, professional program. We decided to embark on this journey, and so far, we have made some tremendous progress in this area. And our exploits have generated a lot of qualified tax practitioners, and that has given us a lot of joy. And it's on that premise I bring you this opening night. I'll start by, especially since the meeting is not for only students, it's actually for all prospective candidates. I want to begin by taking you through the requirement for the CIT professional program. I must admit that I'm sure most of our audience are persons who have qualified from the ICAG program, wanting an option in terms of enhancing their professional career by pursuing a career in tax. This is the right forum, and I'm sure you'll hear a lot from us in order to make a good decision. So in terms of exemption policy, let me just drive on that quickly. So for us who are well qualified under the ICAG program, we are fully exempted to write the professional exam for CIT. In essence, the CIT program has 12 papers, okay? But once you are a professional member of ICA, you are obviously exempted to write only 6 papers. So let me just make it easy for you to see the papers you are exempted from. So if you are joining us to write the CIT professional or the exam, this is the exam structure. We have the professional level that has 6 papers, okay? Public sector, economics and finance, income tax. So we normally call it a professional level. But once you are an ICA member, you are exempted to write the final levels. And in the final levels, we have 2 levels there, the final levels. The final level 1 has 3 papers, tax audit and investigations, and then oil and gas and other minerals taxation. Then we have the international taxation. So those are the first 3 papers you have to attempt if you have been exempted with the ICAG qualification to write the CIT program. So that's the first 3 papers. Once you pass those 3, you can then write the final level 2, which also has 3 papers. The first being the strategic tax planning, advanced tax practice, and then tax practice administration and ethics. So those are the last 3 papers under the final level 2. So in essence, if you are an ICAG member qualified as a chartered accountant, is that okay, be it associate or full member, you are exempted from 6 papers under the CIT program to write only 6 papers, which has been categorized into 2, final level 1 and then the final level 2. So basically that is it. So apart from the ICAG qualification, if you're also a lawyer called to the bar, you're also having to enjoy the same exemptions as an ICAG member. So basically that is it. So it's clear and very easy to appreciate that once you have the necessary qualification, you write only the final level 1 and the final level 2, and there are 6 papers there for the sake of clarity. So 6 papers put together into 2 categories, final 1, final 2. The first final has 3 papers. Like I mentioned, we have the first paper being the tax audit and investigation, oil and gas, and other minerals taxation, and then international taxation. For the final level 2, you have strategic tax planning, advanced taxation practice, and then the tax practice, administration, and ethics. So that is it. Now let's look at the fee policy of the institute. So the Chartered Institute of Taxation has revised their fees upward. I'm sure some students were not happy about that, but that should tell you that a lot is changing very fast. A lot is changing very fast. These fees were quite very cheap. I remember exams or student membership, student registration was just 50 CD, and annual subscription was just 100 CD. But now I can tell you things have been revised upwards. So in terms of registration, to register as a student member of the Chartered Institute of Taxation Ghana, your registration fee is 300 CD. For your annual subscription as a student member, you have to pay an amount of 300 CD. For exemption, since you are actually exempted from 6 papers, exemption for each paper is 500 cedis. So if you multiply 6 by 500, that's 3,000 cedi. So that should tell you a lot of a lot in there. In the past, this was just I think 200 cedi in the past for exemption fee, but now exemption for just a paper is 400 cedi, and that should tell you what it means going into this now, because a lot is changing, and they are also changing their prices to reflect the changes that you desire, because most of us want a lot more better services from the institute, and I'm sure they are delivering on it with the current arrangement that they have. So if you are to attempt the exam, if you are writing final level 1, your exam fee is 400 cedi. If you are to attempt final level 2, exam fee is 500 cedi per paper. So clearly you should tell you what that means. If you are writing all the 3 together, that's 1,600. Sorry, 4 times 4 is, yeah. So 1,600 for the 3 papers. For final level 2, 500 cedi per paper. So 3 of them, that is 1,500 cedi. So those are the key changes that has happened for the registration process. So if you need the forms to register, completing the process, you shouldn't have a problem. You can always reach out to me and I'll share that with you on WhatsApp to complete the process. The only thing is that the process is for now manual, so you need to complete the form and make sure you dispatch it to their office for them to approve your registration. Is that okay? So this is the fee structure. So if you want to register, for those of you who have passed the exam, I think for most of our students who qualified in the November exam, still awaiting their graduation for ICAG, you don't have a problem. You can still register and write this professional exam. The good thing is that we are in August. So, and I know a lot of students who normally join us in August normally qualify by February. I've seen that severally, because once you write in August final 1, you write final 2 in February. So by next year, February, you are done. I believe it's clear. So a lot of our students having qualified in the just February exam, and hopefully they will be joining those who qualified last year August for graduation this year. So if you start this August, I can tell you by next year February you are done. I have the same scenario for a lot of people who have joined us last year. They joined last year August, this February, they are done. 2 sittings and they are good to go. So that is quite interesting. If you take it up, I can tell you within a year you can have this qualification and become a tax practitioner. Exactly. So basically that is it. So that's for the student registration process with the institute. So all you need is a guarantor, 2 guarantors. You complete the form, attach a picture, and then you are good to go. I believe it's clear. So that's the process to register as a student with the Chartered Institute of Taxation Ghana. But let's look at our tuition program. So our tuition program is quite flexible. Our tuition program emphasizes technology. So we do a live session online. So to be frank, this is the way to go. Looking at the essence of COVID and how the world has changed, most of every of our lecture now is done online. We have no physical presence. Every lecture is done online, and it's to enhance some level of efficiency and a good delivery, flexibility, and convenience for everyone. So most of our lectures, or I should say every lecture, is done online to give you that convenience and flexibility with time. All you need is data. And we actually record every lecture. So every lecture is recorded and will be shared with you in our mobile application. Our mobile application is designed as a learning management system where you can obtain videos of all previous sessions. So as we speak now, if you register now for our CIT tuition program, all the lecture videos for what was done for August, what's the name? February 2024. Should I say February? When was the last time? We are now going for August, right? So all the tuition videos for February 2025, the exam that was written February, all the tuition videos for that date currently is in our mobile application. So if you register now, you already have the opportunity to do advanced preparation. You don't have to wait. Just keep engaging the videos even before the start of class so that you can participate and contribute to discussions. There's no need to wait. You register now, you have access to all the lectures videos for February. You engage it. Once we begin in August, I can tell you, once we begin, hopefully next week, sorry, you have a good appreciation of the issues to engage in some good discussions in class. You don't have to wait. That's the opportunity that the learning management system gives you, the software we have designed to assist your preparation. So, but as the lectures are going on for the current diet, the same videos will also be shared. So you have a double opportunity. Watch what was treated in the previous diet and also engage the current diet videos. The good thing is that once you stream the video, you can save it and you don't need data to play back again. That saves you money. So you can download as many videos as possible and stream them without internet, saving yourself a good amount of data. So that's the kind of software we have to support your learning. So in terms of fees, Final One, our fee is $499 per paper. I repeat, $499 per subject. So if you are registering for Final One or Final Level 1, you can go for that, $499, very moderate and affordable fees for our tuition program. And for Final Level 2, you have $519 for that. So that is it. So that's our fee package for our CIT program. In terms of the timetable, which is something I will want to also elaborate, our timetable is very flexible. We have weekend and weekday sessions. Okay, so for the weekdays, most times lecture starts on Tuesday. So Tuesday to Thursday. So normally we don't have lectures on Monday. We don't have lectures on Fridays. We know you are busy. Monday is a serious day. Friday, most people are traveling. So our lectures are mainly on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for the weekday session. For the weekend, Saturday starting in the morning, and then we have another session on Sunday. So we don't use the whole Saturday. So most times lecture starts on Saturday, and hopefully by midday you are done, so that the remaining subject is done on Sunday. So that gives you an opportunity so that Saturday, if you have an engagement to attend, you can participate with a morning session and then switch to your activities in the day. So that is it. So that's how flexible the timetable is. So if you are doing the Final Level 1 for a weekend for international taxation, 7 a.m. in the morning, but for weekdays, it's 6 p.m. If you are doing oil and gas taxation, Saturday, 10:30, and for the weekday, it's 6 p.m. on Wednesday. And then for tax audit and investigation, it's Sunday, 6 p.m., and then Thursday, 6 p.m. So you can see that is flexible. So hopefully, if you are joining our program Saturday, by 12:30, you should be done, engage in other activities. For weekdays, we start at 6 p.m. and then obviously close at 8:30. So that is it. So that's the itinerary for the Final One. Final 2 also the same. We have both the weekend and the weekday. The expectation is that we advise you join both sessions so that we can finish the syllabus in time. Is that okay? So we don't repeat. That's essentially what we want to achieve. The idea is that if we start together and we are all on the same page, instead of repeating the lecture on weekends and repeating it on weekday, we can combine both sessions and run through the syllabus very fast. We have achieved that for ICA, and it's very beneficial because if students agree to join both weekend and weekday, we are able to finish the syllabus in time for you to do your revision. So I encourage you, if you are a weekend person, you can opt to join the weekday so that we can have that convergence. And once that happens, we are able to finish the syllabus in time. I believe it's clear. So that's by way of our timetable. I'm sure you may have questions. If you have questions, you can put it in the Q&A box. At the right time, I will also allow for students to share their questions with me. But if you want to ask something now, you can share in the Q&A box whilst I do the presentation. So that's on our timetable. As a responsible tuition provider, we have made sure that for the CIT program, we have all the relevant books for the delivery of the subject. So you are not found wanting. In terms of books, we have provided books for all the various subjects for final 1 and final 2. So you don't have an option than to learn. So the 3 books for final 1, 3 books for final 2. So all the 6 books are available, and you can obtain them if you are within Accra. It's a free delivery once you purchase them. It can be delivered to anywhere in Accra. Most of the good, very like short distances, why not? We can deliver for free for you once you procure any of our books. And the good news is that we have released a new book for international taxation. So those of you who are going to buy our books now, I will recommend you buy our new book for international taxation by our lecturer, Henry Corte. Very, very insightful book. We decided to improve on our previous guide for international taxation because, to be frank, international taxation is the main stopper for the final 1. If you are coming in for this program for the first time, just have it clear in your mind that international taxation is the main challenge paper for the CIT program. For tax audit and oil and gas, why not? With average serious attendance, you can pass it. But if you joke with international taxation, it will make you mark time for several years to come. And most people give up on the program when they are unable to get it. Exactly. So we've made sure that we are very intentional, and we have improved on our guidance material for international tax. So if you don't have a copy, try and obtain same. This book, I can tell you, has been updated with relevant practice questions that can help you to pass the exam. And our lecturer, Henry Corte, will definitely be taking it up. Exactly. So take note of that. So we have revised our international taxation book and has made it a bit improved with so many questions that can help you to practice. Apart from that, there are other books, Tax Audit and Investigation, also by Henry. Henry handles tax audit and investigation and international tax. He's a manager with Deloitte Tax Department. Exactly. We have Oil and Gas also by my very good colleague, Philip. Philip put together that for us. We also have Strategic Tax Planning by Philip, who handles oil and gas and strategic tax planning. We also have Tax Practice and Administration. So that is by Alassane Traoré. Traoré is, manager for training with the ICAG. So he put together that for us. So these are the books. I can tell you, you can obtain them, and I can tell you they will be very, very useful for your revision. Exactly. So that's by way of our books. We are an award-winning tuition provider, I must say. We have done so well with ICA, and we are doing the same for CIT. We have good testimonies of students who have qualified from our previous exams, award-winning, same, and I can tell you, you are at the right place. You can see myself there with one of our students who qualified in the last year graduation. Normally, CIT does graduation once a year, mostly in June, right? So last year graduation, we were there to support our students. We had a very, very nice outcome. A lot of our students qualified, and our student received an award also. So that was us at the event with our lecturers. So that is it. So I can tell you, you are at the right place. You are at the right place. When it comes to our CIT program, I can tell you we have top-notch delivery. Is that okay? Right. So somebody said, let me just see, there are some few questions. Let me start dealing with them. So if you have questions, you can put it in the Q&A box. I will be mentioning them out and be dealing with them. At the right time, I'll also invite you to come live and ask questions. Is that okay? And there are some of our students also who have qualified in the last sitting. I'm sure some of them will want to give us some testimonials. I may be inviting some of them to do that at the right time. But there are some few questions here. It says that, what is the policy on moving from one level to another Is it similar to ICA, where you can write the next level with one paper left at the current level? So unfortunately, that is no. We don't have that arrangement under the CIT. So if you have a paper outstanding, I have that challenge for a lot of our students. Those who wrote, some students who wrote the last sitting got 2 out of 3, and they are left with one paper outstanding, and they are willing to add some papers in the final 2. But you know what? CIT doesn't have that policy. You have to finish the level before moving on to the next level. Is that okay? So kindly take note of that. You can't write across levels. Is that okay? So somebody say, what is the price for final level 2? So for final level 2, in terms of fee, it is, for us, is 519, sorry. Our fee for final level 2 is 519. So kindly take note of that. Somebody said, is the exam center spread out nationwide like ICA? So currently we have exam centers in Accra, Kumasi. Then quite recently, Ho was established. The exam center for Ho came up quite recently. So you can write in Ho. Tamale also has been worked on. So Tamale is also coming on now. There were students in Tamale who brought up their petition that they wanted a center in Tamale. So that has also been worked on. So now, in terms of exam centers, we have Accra, that is Zenith College. So that is Zenith College. We have Ho, we have Kumasi, and then now Tamale. So please take note of that, okay? Right. So somebody say, do you have a part payment term for students of the final level 2? Yes, so we used to have that arrangement for our students, especially our alumni. So our alumni who have completed the ICAG program, we normally offer you some part payment arrangement, but that will be based on some assessment of your character. So take note of that. You know, I always emphasize that. Some of you don't have character, so we need to assess you properly and know whether you are somebody who is credit worthy. Okay, so for those who demand part payment, you would be subjected to certain level of checks to be sure if you can be somebody who may clear that. But for those who have done final 1, passed with us, and going to final 2 also, why not? You can, if you have a need for part payment, it's not compulsory, right? So if you have a need for part payment, reach out to us also. We would find a way to assist you. But as I said, we expect that you should be able to complete payment. Is that clear? So that's on part payment, okay? Right. Then please, what do you start from if you hold ICA certificate? So if you have ICA certificate, good news is that you are exempted from 6 papers and you can write only 6 papers to qualify. So if you look at it, you are writing 6 papers to qualify. Let me just share with you the papers you will be writing. Okay, so if you have ICAG qualification, you are exempted from the professional level. So you only write the final level 1 and final level 2. And the final level 1 has 3 papers. You must make sure you pass them. Then you move to the final level 2 and write the last 3 papers. Okay, so that is it. So 6 papers if you have qualified as an ICAG member. Exactly. So somebody said, please, how do I join both the weekend and the weekday for one subject? Yes, you can join weekday and weekend for one subject. Is that clear? So once you are on the same WhatsApp page, you will be getting the link to join both weekend and weekday. Is that okay? Right. Somebody said HQ is super. Yes, HQ is our lecturer for international taxation. I'm sure he's on the call. He'll be joining us soon. So somebody said, what are the timelines for those who just completed subscription, graduation, and cost and date for graduation? So as I indicated, graduation is normally once a year for CIT, and tentative date is normally in June. So if you just qualify, for those who have qualified recently, because result came just this week, last week, is it Thursday, right? So results were released on Thursday. We already have a lot of our students who have qualified, and we have created we already have an alumni page. So we have a special alumni page for CIT. So if you are not there, please hurry up and contact me to join that page. So most of your colleagues are there, and we'll be communicating all the relevant processes regarding the graduation, because already we have those who qualified last year, August. who are on that page, who will be joining this year, February, to be able to graduate this year, June. So please take note of that. Those who qualified last year, August, and this year, February, just the recent result that was released, will be graduating this June. Exactly. That's why I said that if you start now, you write August this year, you pass final level 1. February next year, you pass final level 2. By next year, June, you graduated. That would be nice, right? I give that advice to a lot of our colleagues, and they are now going to graduate this June. So if you take that advice, I can tell you, within 1 year, you have your qualification. Exactly. Great. So let me see. Can we add final 1 and final 2 papers together? No. You don't write across level. For CIT, you don't write across level. You write each part finish before you move to the next one. Exactly. So please, when is the graduation for those who just qualify? As I said, usually graduation is once a year. Last year it was in June. We expect same. If not, definitely we'll have some what do you call it, update provided. Right. So the next one is there a payment plan for tuition? As I said, yes, there could be, but you have to reach out to us to confirm and validate you before we can give you that opportunity. So somebody say, what are the opportunity after CIT already being a CA? So that will be talked about very soon. The law is changing, and I can tell you CIT is going to be a main job qualification. The good thing is that a lot of people are qualifying, and I can tell you positions are going to be very competitive very soon. If you want to be a CFO of an organization, I can tell you default CIT is going to be a key requirement. The demands are changing, and I can tell you CIT is going to be a key requirement now going into the future. Right. So let's go now. You say, please, can CIT work around for students to write across level? It's painful to spend 4 more months to learn only just one subject while we have the capacity to combine other papers. As I indicated, we would try as much as possible to ensure that we speak to the institute to see if there could be any change in that. Is that okay? Right. So somebody say, what is the policy for final 2? I think the policy in the past was to do with you being able to pass all at once. But now, even if you pass 1 paper, you can write the remaining papers. Exactly. That policy has been changed. So that is clear. So in case we have challenges with some topics, how available are the lecturers to help us in understanding what our needs are? I can tell you our lecturers are very available, very, very available. So we have lectures twice a week, and we are even intending to have some support lecturers in terms of teaching assistants to assist, especially those who have just qualified. They can be of support to you. So we are actually also working on that so that some of our colleagues who have just qualified can assist us. Exactly. And why not? That will help you because they can bring it down to your level. If you have challenges, they can speak to some of the issues for you so that you can have clarity. Exactly. So I'm sure those are some questions that some colleagues have. If you have any question, you can still share. But I may want to now admit colleagues who may want to ask questions live. So if you have a question, you can raise your hand up and I will admit you to ask your question. Okay, so we have Michael Apia. Michael has a question. Michael, any question?
Yes, please. I have a question. Thank you for the opportunity and good evening to you and your listeners and colleagues on call.
Right.
Please. So my question is on the class section and the past questions section. I don't know. I have benefited from your previous sitting. I didn't write last sitting because I had issues, so I needed to pause and come back. But I wanted to find out whether there will be a provision for those who want to join the live class and also want to join the past question session, if there could be some kind of discount given to when you are registering for the past question section. Thank you.
Okay, so so we'll look at that. Normally we have interventions, which is normally very much what we do. So I would advise that if you are a student who is a resitter, we are considering discount for resitters. Okay, so you can reach out. I'm sure there will be some communication on the previous pages for those who are resitting to join us at a discounted rate. So we are rather giving discount on tuition. so that you pay the same fee for intervention. So for those who are resitting, we'll give you a discount for joining the tuition, but rather you pay the full fee for intervention. Exactly. So that is the arrangement for that. Is Michael, is that okay?
No, please, so not like resitting. No, you are joining like taking the live session for level 2. You've done it, and you want to join intervention class again.
Okay.
So I'm asking, maybe when you're after the live session class and you want to join intervention class, would there be a discount for that student?
Okay, I think we didn't have that policy for CIT. We have it for ICAG, but I think going into this sitting, we'll consider it. Is that okay? So those who are registered for tuition, coming in to join intervention, I think that was a major feedback we had from last sitting. A lot of students were asking for discounts, so we have to quickly give out discount. But we didn't give it to everybody, it was on demand basis. But once we have put it across, it's part of what we are considering, so that those who have already registered as students for tuition can be given some discount when it's time for intervention. So we have done it for ICAG. We will likely replicate for CIT. Mike, are you okay now?
I'm okay, very fine. Thank you. Thank you.
I won't mind you. I won't mind you at all. So, Abdul, any question from Abdul?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Abdul.
Last week, I bought an international taxation book.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was given the old one. I don't know
you
how.
You bought it last week.
Last week, and they sent it through to Tamala. I mean, what?
Okay. Okay. So I'm sure we
we
got delivery of the new books last week. I'm sure you were giving pressure. That's why they gave you the old one.
No. When I bought it, they said they already sent some to Tamale.
Okay. So you said you bought it just last week, right?
Yes, last week they sent
so
it
I
to
think
Tamale.
I can give you the opportunity to get the new one for free. Okay.
No problem.
So kindly reach out to our rep in Tamale for you
very grateful.
To get a new copy to replace the old one. I'm doing that because you bought it just a week. Is that great?
Thank you.
Thank you, Abdul. Right. Then we have Samuel. Samuel, any question? Samuel, any question for me?
Hello.
Yes, Samuel, go ahead.
Yes, please. The books, in case you want to buy like 3 or 4, is there any discount on the books also?
Okay, just reach out to the secretary. Have you seen the number there on the screen for the books?
Yes.
If you try and chat her, she can give you a discount. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
All
They
right,
are very flexible, so don't worry. Chat her and tell her that you want a discount because you are buying multiple books. Is that okay? She'll get something for you. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother.
And please, with the hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I joined very late, so I wanted to know, is there any exemption or something for the CIT?
The exemption is that once you are an ICA member, you write only 6 papers. Okay. So the papers technically are 12. But once you are an ICA member, you have to write only 6 papers. Okay. And those 6 papers, they are the ones that I'm displaying their books on the screen. So each of these books represent a paper. Are you getting it? So the first 3 books are for the first part: international tax, tax audit and investigation, and then oil and gas. So those are the first level. So if you pass that, you move to the final level. That is strategic tax planning, advanced taxation practice, tax practice administration, and ethics. That's for the final level. So 3 for the first, 3 for the final. Are you getting it? So 3 papers first, 3 papers final. Once you are done, you are good to go. Is that okay? So that makes it simple.
All right.
Right. So once you are an
Right,
ICA member, you write only 6 papers. And the 6 papers, the books are what I'm displaying on the screen. Is that okay? Right.
Okay.
Thank you. So we have Peter. Peter, any question? Hello, Peter, any question?
Yes. Concerning the books,
Yes.
I also bought the final level 1 books just last week. So I want to understand what you were saying about the international.
Yeah, so as I said, there's a new book for international taxation. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I'm saying
So,
that if it is confirmed you just bought it last week, which you are saying,
yes.
we would replace the old one with the new one for you for the
Okay.
international taxation only. Exactly. That's the
Okay.
new version. We have written a new book for international taxation. Once we confirm that is the case, we'll replace it for you. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
So I think we can continue now. So Peter, thank you for your question. We have
Yes. Hello, sir.
yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So with part 3, I wanted to ask: is it compulsory to write all 3 papers, or you can write some and leave some, like
No,
what
you
I
can
see
write
you doing
some.
now?
You can write some. In the past, you were supposed to write all 3 at a go. Now you can write 2 papers and 3. Is that okay? So in the past, it was not so, but now you can write.
So you
2.
can write a minimum of 2.
Yes, I think so. I have to confirm, but it's more flexible now. You don't have to compulsorily write all the 3 papers. Is that clear? Right. Good. There's one up here.
Yes.
Go
Sir,
ahead.
please, good
Apia.
evening.
Good evening.
I would want to find out, I think you mentioned if you are qualified, you are exempted for the professional, I think the level 1.
Yes. No. That we have the professional level. I don't want, I think what you should do is that once you are an ICA member and you are on this call, just forget it. You are supposed to write 6 papers. You are getting 6 exemptions to write 6 papers because the syllabus is 12 papers. So once you have an ICAG membership qualification, you will not write the first 6, which is normally called the professional level. You rather write the final 6, which is normally called the final levels. But the final 6 is divided into 2, 3, 3. So the first 3 is the first 3 set of books, and the last 3 is the last set of books I have there. So is that simpler now?
Yes. So I wanted to find out if the person is not qualified, is there any exemption?
If you're not an ICA member, is that it?
Yeah.
Well, if
Yes.
you're not an ICA member, it depends on your respective qualifications. You may get maybe some specific qualifications. Is that okay? Unless I have your transcript, I may not be able to directly confirm. Is that clear?
No.
Right.
Okay.
So if you're not an ICA member, let's have your transcript to confirm your specific qualification. Exactly. But once you're an ICA member and you are also a lawyer, you are a lawyer, a practitioner, you are getting to write only 6 papers. And that is the focus. That's why I have all the 6 books there. Is that okay? Right.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Great. So there are some more hands up there. Let me pick them up and see what they have to share with us. Yes, Rachel, any comment from you? Yes, Rachel, any comment from you?
Sir.
Great.
Yeah, I wanted to draw your attention to something. So for
Yeah.
the final levels, though you can write either 1, 2, or 3, you have to register for all the 3.
Okay, so even though you can write any of 1 or 2 or 3, but you
Yeah,
have
you still have
register
to register all the
for
3,
all
but
the
you can
3.
choose not to write the other papers.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you, Rachel. Rachel is one of our students who just qualified. I'm sure maybe with time we may allow her to speak. So Rachel joined us August and she's now qualified in February. That should tell you how things work here. So please take advantage, register, and I can tell you by next year,
Richard
February.
was a teacher.
Hello, is that?
She assisted her during Philip's time. I want
Yeah,
to
so
thank them.
Rachel was your TA for oil and gas. Okay, even though she was writing final level 2, she was assisting with oil and gas as a teaching assistant. She's now qualified. You see, so that should tell you something, right? So she's now a CIT qualified. She'll be graduating this year. Okay, and I'm hoping that she can still support us going into the future. Right, Ebenezer, any question?
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, I want to find out. I have the old book as in international taxation, but I heard you mention a revised
Yeah, we have
version.
a new one. We have a new version. So
Okay.
maybe we can have a package for those who already have the old one. Maybe we can consider that. So I don't have to say it on air now. Maybe I'll discuss with my team and see maybe giving you a discount for anybody who already have the old one. Is that okay?
Okay.
Would
So
that be
is
fair,
the I want to find out is the revision, does it cover every topic in the book, or it's maybe a portion of it? Because some
Which
of us
one?
want to learn it as international taxation.
I think the new book has the improvement with the new book is it has more questions. Is that okay?
Oh.
It has more questions to help with your practice. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Good. Thank you also. So we have Boachi. Boachi is also one of our students Boachi is also a lecturer with ASPA. If you are not aware, Boachi is our lecturer for management, accounting, financial reporting. He has also qualified CIT, just 2 sittings. He's qualified CIT. Boachi, you are live on call.
Yes. I wanted to talk about Rachel. We should watch out for her. I'm sure she will be taking an award.
You have scattered the paper, eh?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so we are hoping that this time around we have a very good outcome. One student also got 91 for tax audit and investigation. That's
Wow.
crazy, eh? 91 for tax audit and investigation. So we are expecting an award for tax audit and investigation because I can imagine somebody getting 91 in a professional exam. That's crazy, eh? Right. So, Bachi, very soon I'll let you talk to your colleagues. If you have a word of encouragement, why not you can share with them? Because
Oh, yeah. For CIT, let me say is if you've qualified the CA, then you are in good hands because frankly speaking, most of the issues you are going to deal with, I think we've already done some in advanced taxation, especially the oil and gas. One of the issue that I want my colleagues to take it serious is for final level 1, the international taxation.
Yeah.
And I think for final level 2 to the tax admin and ethics, that course is a bit tedious. So our advice, once you start solving questions, that one, you don't wait to the end before you start solving the past questions.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that if you're able to solve most of the past questions, then you are good to go.
Yeah.
For me, I can say that's what helped me. Myself and Rachel and some other colleagues.
Yeah.
And the best thing to do is to form a group. You know, I was teaching ASPA a whole lot of things, but we will meet. I can teach from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And then we meet from 11 o'clock to 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the level of speed we were giving.
I think I appreciate that. Having group discussions really is a game changer.
It's really, really nice. That one is not easy at all. So I think you can go through 3 papers, you pass another 3 papers, you pass. Just give it time and then dedication, and that will be it. And
Boachi, I would encourage you that now that you are done with CIT, I'm inviting you to join the CIT team. So that you can assist also. Because Rachel did a wonderful job last sitting with the oil and gas. She was supporting with the oil and gas tuition. Even though she wasn't qualified, she was writing final level 2, but at the same time teaching the students with oil and gas, supporting my good brother, Philip. Is that okay? But she was able to pass. So I'm sure now that you are done with CIT, get ready. You have to come and assist.
I think Kwame is also saying we have to join hands for advanced tasks.
Yes. Why not? Why not? So you can see how it goes. Okay. So don't worry.
I think
we'll talk about
look
that.
at it.
That's the fun of it, is it? So if to tell you about Boachi is our student for ICA, has become a TA for ICA, and has also just qualified for CIT, and is going to get an opportunity to be a TA for our CIT program. That's the wonder of it. Is that okay? So I'm sure somebody is encouraged to give up their best. Ebenezer, any question for me? Gilbert, any question?
Hello, Prof. Good evening, and to other listeners.
Okay.
Thanks very much for the presentation and support to us clarifications. Please, I put my 2 concerns in the Q&A, but it looks as if it's not been seen.
So you put it across quickly.
Let me recapture.
Okay.
I bought the international tax late last month, that
Okay.
no indication of upcoming revised copy was communicated. And I'm worried why in 3 weeks' time also a revised copy has been released. So I welcome perhaps the discount offer which you wish to give.
Yes, Gilbert.
So if
As I
that
said, issues like
if
that,
comes out,
I'm very flexible. You shouldn't have a problem at all. Is that
okay.
I'll sort you out. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. And my second question is, please, where is the center, the exam center in Accra? Where is it located? The
So
location.
for Accra, the exam center is Zenith College.
Zenith College. Okay.
Yeah, Zenith
All
College.
right.
The usual place for ICAG.
For ICA, the usual place. All right.
Okay.
All right, Prof.
Okay.
Thank you very
Gilbert,
much
for your question.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. So we have Ebenezer. Ebenezer, any question? Any question from Ebenezer?
Oh, sir, I am done. I've already asked my
You
question.
have
And
already spoken. Good.
Yeah.
Then we have Richmond. Richmond, any question?
Hello. My question is about my interest, about writing across, especially when you have one paper in the final level one and you want to combine.
We hope that policy is revised.
I wish you
I
people
have a
get
lot
to
of people who are itching to write across level.
I wish you people can get to the institute very soon so that they can.
We have communicated to them on that. We hope that change will be effected.
Yeah,
the institute is going through a lot of changes. I'm sure that is something they will have to consider.
Because writing only one paper learning one paper for about 4 months is a bit.
And so my suggestion is that if that is the case, you can take up the other ones and start early preparation so that by the time you are ready to write those papers, because don't underestimate the final level 2 also, right? So it requires early preparation. So if you have one paper to write in the final one, you can study it and maybe buy the books for final 2 and start preparing for those along with it. So by the time you are ready to write it, you are able to clear it once and for all. Is that okay?
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So that's my suggestion for now.
Okay.
Awaiting the change. Is that okay? Right. Then we have somebody whose hand is IMC. Is it IMC or something like that?
Hi, Sigmund. Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Yeah, so I would say HQ is a fantastic guy. So those going for international taxation, they shouldn't worry. I think they'll manage it. HQ is amazing.
So HQ is our lecturer for international taxation. He's the man, right?
Yeah, he's amazing.
Very,
he's an amazing
very hard guy. Very
hard guy.
Yeah, amazing guy. I would even reckon that the tax administration probably is even tedious, but he'll handle international tax very well. So my main concern is that, so I registered for the February date.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I couldn't really start taking class like that. So I didn't even register to write. And I didn't really take part in the classes like that. I think I took about only 2-3 classes and that was it. So would that be a concession for me as well?
Oh, why not? Why not?
Right.
So as I said, I'll be putting some messages on the previous pages, especially those who may be resitting, those who may not have written the papers, so that we can admit you with some discount. Is that okay? So don't worry. I'll put up a communication on that. Okay.
All right. Thank you. And thank you to all. Congratulations to all those who qualified.
Great. We have Josh. Josh, any question?
Yes. Eli.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell those who are writing the final level 2 that they should count on me. For the past questions, I will drop it for them.
That's fine.
Well, I want them to start
so for
as
the past question, yes, you want them to qualify as much as I said, we are ready to assist as much as possible. So this time around, as I said, we have Rachel, we also have Boachi, who are already part of the team, and I'm sure they are on hand to help us. Is that okay? Good. Josh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay now. I just want to ask, are they having a site for past question like IC? That's what I want to ask.
No, one challenge with one typical challenge with the CIT is that the past questions are not well arranged. Is that okay? So we on our part normally share it with students on our mobile application. Like as Boachi said, sometimes we share it in a Google Drive so that you can obtain them. Is that okay? So those will be made available. It shouldn't be a problem at all. Okay.
Thanks.
Right. Good. Then we have Seth. Any question?
Yes, thank you, Ellie. My question is the payment for the exemption. Can you
That your voice is
register?
far away. Eh?
Oh, so sorry. Hold on. Is it better?
Yeah, it's better.
Thank you. My question is about the payment for the exemptions. Can you register and start writing whilst you pay later?
No, I don't think that is accepted. You have to make sure that you pay the subscription and the exemption before you write the exam. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Thank you.
Good. I think is Alasan on the call. Alasan, can you raise up your hand so that I admit you? Our lecturer is on the call. Alasan, can you raise up your hand so that I admit you to share a word? Alasan wants to run away, so let me quickly bring him. Where is Alasan? Then if HQ is also on the call, you can raise your hand so that I can admit you. Okay. Samuel, any question? Any
Yes,
question
please.
from?
Yes, I want to know the.
Come again. Samuel, your audio is not good.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead now.
Yes, please. How much is the subscription fee and then the exams fee?
Okay, so I'm going to do that overview, but let me check on my lecturers whether they are on the call. They wanted to speak, so let me just admit, yes, so that we can get some of them to talk before I do the overview. Yeah, so Philip is on the call. So Philip, the floor is yours. Philip is our lecturer for oil and gas and other minerals taxation and strategic tax planning. Is one of our delightsome lecturers. HQ is also on the call. So Philip, you speak quickly, then HQ takes over. Philip, are you okay? Can you speak?
Yes, Ali, thank you very much, and good evening to everybody. The only thing that I want to say is that as Boachi and then the other colleagues have already said,
I
for
think
Aspire, I
Rachel
always say that
Rachel is your TA, right?
fantastic.
And she has qualified also.
And so I'm super excited for all of them. Super excited. And it's because of the fire that we got from you, from ICA. We've been able to carry it, through to CIT. And for some of us, we also attempted it twice, CIT twice, first level, the final level, and we're able to go through. And so for those of our colleagues who have just qualified from ICA, but the market is now tilting towards CIT. I am an auditor, and then last time we went to one of these client of his international client, and I tell you, the CFO over there is an ICA, is a CIT, and he's also a qualified lawyer. And I was telling you, and the guy is very solid, very, very, very solid. And so having only ICA on the market is not too good on the market. I mean, combination of CIT and ICA is what is fetching now. So for Aspire, we are ever ready. We are ever ready to help, as most of the colleagues has already said. All that you need to do is to do your part, and the rest you leave it to us, and then we shall quickly sail you through. And so we are ready. You just have to do a little bit of your part, sit down, and then we shall help you to quickly qualify. And so you are all welcome. Just quickly gather some. Don't think about the money. As for the money, professional exam, you might not see the relevance of it now, but in the future, that is where you begin to know. I always say that when I was writing CIT, it was my wife who registered for me because she had a friend at CIT. I didn't know the relevance of it. But when I finished and on the market, then I realized that, wow, that is the way to go. So please, CIT, CA is also good, but then a combination of CIT, because now taxation is a big issue in the country. And so every employer is looking for somebody who can handle the account and at the same time handle tax. And so if you have these two qualifications, then better on the job market for you. So Ellie, that's the whole thing that I would say. Quickly register and let's see how we can all combine to help you to qualify. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Philip is our lecturer, as I said, for oil and gas and other minerals taxation and strategic tax. HQ, are you there? HQ is our main man for international taxation. HQ, are you able to speak now? Hello, HQ, are you able to speak now?
HQ is the man.
HQ is the man, eh? He's actually in an engagement now, but I'm trying to see if he can make the time to speak. If not, I will do the overview and then he'll come in at the right time. So let me just do a quick overview whilst we wait for HQ with respect to our programs. So as I did indicated for the CIT program, everything is done online as per our process. Final one is 499, final two is 519 for the fees, and tuition is done online. Videos are shared after the class. You can obtain same in the mobile application and watch as many times as possible. In terms of our timetable, we have a weekday and a weekend session. You can opt for any, but my advice always is to join both because of the insight you obtain. If you are able to join both, the better. And we always have an approach where we can combine both sessions and run it together so that we can be able to finish the syllabus. If that works well, it will be in your favor so that we can finish the syllabus in time so that you can have time to solve more questions. In terms of books, as I indicated, we have a new book for international taxation, which is in line with the way we want to ensure that students have relevant materials to support their revision. But for all the various subjects you need to write, we have books available for them. For all 6 subjects, for those of you joining us with the ICA qualification, we have books for all the relevant 6 papers. And I can tell you, they have all been put together to assist your preparation. In terms of exemption, like I did indicated, students are expected to write only 6 papers once you are an ICA member. If you are a professional lawyer also, you are writing only 6 papers. And those are the papers that I've indicated there. 3 at the final one and 3 under the final 2. And those papers are the ones you can see here. So international tax, tax audit, and then oil and gas for the final one. Then final 2 is strategic tax, advanced tax, and then tax practice and in administration and ethics. So these are the 6 papers. The first 3 for final 1, the last 3 for final 2. And those are the books available for each of them. So as I said, we have a new book for international tax, solid book put together by HQ, our lecturer for international taxation. Is that okay? I had some questions that were put across in the Q&A box. Let me quickly deal with them. Somebody say, how do I know the new taxation is what I purchased? So you can check and compare. The older book is not like this. So if your book that you bought is not this one, then it means it's the old one. Is that okay? In terms of subscription, somebody has asked about that. In terms of subscription, so if you are registering as a student member of CIT, you are supposed to pay 300 cedi for registration. For the annual subscription, it's 300 cedi as a student. Exemption is 500 cedi per paper. So if you multiply that by 6 papers, that is 3,000. So 500 cedi for each paper multiplied by what? By 6 papers, that makes it 3,000. Exam fee is 400 cedi per paper for level 1, final level 1, and 500 cedi per paper for final level 2. So those are things you need to keep in mind. Exactly. I think HQ is ready, right? HQ, are you ready? HQ, are you ready? You can join. I think your connection is now, you haven't joined with your audio, so kindly join with your audio so that I can allow you to.
HQ must stop. It's a must.
HQ, are you there?
Hello.
HQ.
My apologies. My network has not been the best. I was struggling when you were calling. I was struggling to speak, but
Okay.
it couldn't connect. Thank
That's
you,
fine.
everyone, and thank you, everyone, and come to you all in advance to our session, as per session. We usually, I don't want to speak much because the testimonial, right, is in the hands of those who have written the papers in the past 3 years, 6 or 7 sittings back. But do not listen to the students on the call, right? Those who are thinking of joining, not thinking of joining, or whatnot. Please do not listen so much to Ellie and co. International taxation is the easiest. Please, is the easiest. I insist, it is the easiest.
HQ, not create
Eddie,
problem.
please support Eddie on this one. Support me on this one. International taxation is the easiest. Someone
Okay,
sent me
international taxation is the
I'll
easiest.
paper.
support you.
No, HQ, you
I'll
know
support
something.
you.
Me, I think
Thank
with
you.
you is easy because of the way you take it.
So international taxation is
Very
easy with
easy.
HQ, right?
Yes, it's the easiest with HQ.
That's the way to put it.
I'll take it. I'll take it like that and make my head big this evening. Yes, but I want to
Okay.
entreat you all to come, and you would enjoy the sessions with all of us, myself and Philip, with Chaole and everyone. We are.
HQ, your internet, I'm sure. I'm sure his internet is not stable. Okay, I think he did indicate that his internet was not stable, but I'm sure he's made a point. International taxation is difficult, but it's not difficult with HQ, right? Yeah, Philip, any comment from you?
Yes, there's this thing that I want to share with everybody. It's about the recorded videos. Could you believe that?
Yes.
He registered for Final 1, for Final 2. I didn't even know. He never attended class. He was
Who was that?
on the videos. He wrote it twice, and now he has qualified. It was only Friday. I was in the office that he came with a chocolate that said, "Thank you, you have made me to pass, and I'm now a
Who did
CIT
that?
master." How did you do it? What is his name? We call him Osofo in our office. I'll get to the full name. I didn't know. He only registered. He never attended one class.
Yeah.
He was only relying on the video recording. So Saturdays, Sundays, he said by 2 a.m. he's up listening to the recordings and making his
Great.
He sat twice and he's okay. He has qualified. And so that is the advantage that we have over the other tuition centers. If you don't attend class by virtue of maybe some what do you call it, engagement somewhere, you don't have any problem. All that you need to go is to the app, and then you have all the videos already there for you.
Great. And the truth is that we are all busy. The demands are many. Is that okay? There's so much that the demands are. We need a lot of time to do other things. And that old psyche that lectures has to be in person. You have to drive your car to some faraway place to go and sit down in some rickety classroom with some small desk and be watching the lecturer who is not even prepared and tired and all of that. All that time is over. Is that okay? Online lectures are delivered with the best of technologies you can ever imagine. I can tell you it's the best way to go. But when I used to teach in person, I can tell you, I used to teach for so many hours, sometimes about 8 hours. But you can attest to that. I can go to Kwabenya, stand on my feet from 7 a.m. and teach to 4:30 p.m. non-stop. I'll teach financial reporting, advanced auditing, corporate reporting for 8 hours non-stop. But I can tell you it's not healthy. Is that okay? Now I can teach from my home, give my best, relaxed in my office in the house, enjoy myself whilst teaching, take a drink from the fridge. Is that okay? Have that relaxation and deliver of my best. But I can tell you, how can one human being stand on his feet for 7 hours? To what extent can he deliver? I can tell you, online offers the most flexibility and the convenience for you, the student. To be frank, there are most people who are watching the videos than joining live class. And that is the flexibility. You don't need to be always be in class. The videos after the sessions are shared with you. You can play them back as many times as possible, just for you to get clarity. And that is the opportunity that the online offers. I believe it's clear. Right. So somebody said, please, after completion of the course, do you need experience like ICA to be a member? Yes, you'll be admitted as an associate, but you need an experience, I think 1 year experience to become a member. Is that okay? Right. Somebody says, if somebody is left with ICA, will the person qualify for exemption? So please, you have to finish. Make sure you finish ICAG before you are admitted. Is that clear? If you have a paper in ICA, make sure you finish, have your CA qualification, then you can register, okay? So who are the lecturers for final level 2? So for final level 2, we have Alasan Trawali, who is one of our lecturers. Alasan is manager with ICAG. We also have Philip, who just spoke. Philip is our lecturer. And we also have Festus, who is our lecturer also. Festus is a great lecturer for ICAG program. He's also a CIT member, exactly, supporting us with advanced tax practice, exactly. Somebody say, please, do I have to register as a student with the institute before registration for class? You can do the two simultaneously, but I would prefer you register for tuition whilst you deal with the student registration with the institute. Is that okay? Right. So those are my views. Somebody said, why don't you hold in-person lectures? I'm sure I've answered that. The essence is clear, and I would assume that you've got your answer. Okay. Somebody said, are lawyers also exempted from the first 6 papers? Yes, if you are a lawyer, you are exempted from writing the 6 papers. You write only the final 6 papers, which is what we have displayed on the screen in terms of our books. So if you are going to write a 6 papers, these are the relevant books that you are supposed to procure. Is that clear? Right. So colleagues, this is where we'll end the session. We have explained everything relevant, and I can tell you that you are the right place for the CIT program. ASPA is a well-known institution provider for professional programs. We run ICAG, we run CIT, we run CIMA, and I can tell you, you are the right place. For CIT, we've had tremendous outcomes in the last 3 years. We've done it, we've taken the market by storm, and we have come to become an established tuition provider for CIT. So I can tell you, you are at the right place. We are very organic in mind. As you can hear, Boachi has risen through from being an ICA student with us to become an ICA member to now become a CIT member. That should tell you how organic we are in mindset. Growth is our expectation, so we expect our people to grow with us. Is that clear? Somebody said, I have a testimony. Osafo Ajay, you can raise your hand and share your, maybe you should be my last testifier so that we can close. Osafo has a testimony.
Good evening.
Good evening, Osafo.
It's Osafo Ajay.
Osafo Ajay, go ahead. Share your testimony.
I joined the February class, the one we wrote, February.
Okay.
So with the help of HQ, Mr. Philip, and the other colleague, the lady who assisted us in the oil and gas. Yeah. I was a bit busy, so I was not able to join the live class most often. But with the videos, I was able to pass. Or with the tax audit, for example, I had 91%, which I think is very, very
you had
good.
a 91 for the tax audit.
Yeah. I was the one.
So I wasn't lying after all, right?
My brother, all right, 91.
But are you hearing that?
Yeah,
The
then with the
man
international tax.
scattered the paper. So I'm very
With the
hopeful that
international tax,
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, with the international tax, initially I wanted to write the CITG 2023. But I went to a certain tuition institution, but the way the entire thing was, I got scared. So I didn't even write the thing at all. So I packed all the books. But with HQ's own, how the entire thing went about, I saw that, there's a difference. So I was able to finish that one too. Although I was not able to join the live class. That one too, I had the 67 or so. So I think,
67 for international tax. That's great.
yeah. So I think Aspire is doing great. So if you are not able to even join the live class and use the videos, I'm sure you'll be able to pass.
Wow.
So I'm now moving on to the final one.
I'm hoping that you'll be able to get. So I'm going to give you a big discount to join the final level 2. Are you happy?
Wow, thank you.
So reach out to me on the WhatsApp. I'll let the secretary help you get a discount for the final level 2, okay? Because that's a remarkable performance. 91 for tax audit. I'm sure you are scheduled to get an award very soon. Because
I'm hoping so.
We have a graduation in June, so I'm sure you'll get an award. Philip, are you there?
And with Master Philip too, I did well. That one too, I had 76 or so.
So you had 76 for oil and gas. The man has started the team.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, so when you listen to the lectures, especially HQ with the principles, international taxation, he will tell you to understand, learn the principle, get the principles.
Yeah.
So I'm sure when you get that, you'll be able to do well. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Osafo. The team is happy. I'm sure we have a very good. I'm sure people hearing this will know that what we are saying.
They should suspend us for J for some time.
They should suspend him if not you hear the team. I'm sure he's going to do something in final level 2.
Yes, Ellie, the results were released on Thursday. On Friday, I was at the CIT office and I met the registrar. I think we should have a lot of awards this year for Aspire.
Yeah.
In fact, after the webinar, I think we need to have a discussion on the way forward. It seems we are taking the whole CIT by storm.
This thing I know.
And
Rachel has
on the
also
table.
got
Seriously,
Rachel also got some high marks. And then Osafo Ajay, I'm sure we are flipping all the awards. I know we are flipping all the awards in the upcoming graduation.
Yes, I know. I'm sure, by all means.
Definitely. So we are happy. So if you haven't registered, I can tell you, you are at the right place. We are family. We just committed to make sure you pass this paper. And we are happy to have you qualify. Is that okay? We did the same with CIT. We are doing the same with CIMA now. We have a lot of our students qualifying as CIMA members. I can tell you, for professional qualification, you have nowhere than to go to Aspire. We are the one-stop when it comes to professional qualification. Rachel, do you have anything to say before I shut down? Anything to say before I shut down?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I know a lot of people are waiting to hear from me. Yeah.
Right.
So first of all, I want to thank Aspire. I want to thank you. I want to thank my lecturer, HQ. He knows me as Na. He doesn't know me as Rachel. So I'm sure he's a bit confused. Yeah. So I want to thank him so much. At the final one, I was having a little bit of challenge with the international taxation, but HQ came in and intervened. He took me through, encouraged me, told me what to do. And I went and I passed international taxation together with the other papers in one attempt. The following sitting, I joined the final 2. I did my best. I joined the class. The lectures were very good. All the 3 lectures. Yes. I was worrying him in class, always asking questions, always worrying this man. And God being so good, I got a very big mark in Alassans. course. That's the tax ethics. I had about 80 something. I had over 80%. So I want to thank ASPA. The lecturers are very good, very, very good. I'm a mother, I'm working, doing TA and all that. So I'm very, very busy. Like those who know me knows that I'm very busy. But with ASPA, the recorded videos, the lecturers always coming in to support and all that, I was able to pass CIT in just 2 sittings, like just 2 sittings, and not with just any math, like with very, very good maths, both level 1 and final level 2. So that's what I want to say. I want to encourage my colleagues, especially the ladies, like you being a mother or shouldn't be the obstacle. Like you can do it. You can take inspiration from me. Just 2 sittings. Last year August, this year February, and I passed. And I even passed with a mark over 80%. So I want to encourage everyone. Like it's doable. You can do it. Like it's very easy, very, very easy. Once you put your mind to it, you can do it. So please, that's what I want to say.
So the men on the call, you don't have an excuse. Oh. This is a mother with children and also a working person and also a TA. She was actually a TA for oil and gas last sitting, even though she didn't qualify. We made her a TA for oil and gas, even a TA for principles of tax. She was able to support principles of tax lecture for ICAG, be a TA for oil and gas for final level 1 CIT, and has qualified just in 2 sittings. I believe it's clear. So if you are a man or a gentleman on this call, this is a word of encouragement for you. You have no excuse. Is that clear? If you are sleeping, it means there's no responsibility on your head. You are too relaxed. And your wife must demand more money from you because you are not serious. So that's just on the lighter side, right? Ezekiel, anything you want to say before I shut down? Ezekiel, anything you want to say?
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak.
Yes.
I will just say a very big thank you to you and your team. I
Okay.
equally also need to pass all the papers at level 1 with a single sitting. And so had the opportunity to join the final level 2. But
great.
I want to find out whether I aspire also have or also provide tuition for CIB.
CIB.
Yeah, somebody want me to find out of this.
Oh, okay. CIB. We are considering that very soon. Right. Once, we don't move into any area unless we are very double sure. Exactly.
Yeah.
When we go into a particular program, we scatter the place. Is that okay?
Exactly.
So don't worry. When we enter there, it will be trouble for every other tuition provider. Right. So thank you so much, Ezekiel. And I'm very happy for all the testimonies shared. We are just a family. I can tell you, we are all together. We just want to change.
Somebody also said I should find out whether you are also considering classes for Makola students, professional law.
The LLB students, right? I think I used to have that request by a friend of mine, right? But Philip, you don't have a problem. Philip, you are already there. You should come and teach. We can do everything. But Philip, if you are considering that, just let me know so that we can start teaching them, okay? Right. So Philip is our lecturer for oil and gas. He's also on a journey to become a lawyer. So very soon we have him as one of our our lawyers on the ASPAR team. So it's endless. Is that okay? Next month, we are rolling out our CIA program. That is the Chartered Internal Auditors program, which is also another area that we want to exploit. So watch out for us. Watch out for us. We are moving and moving and moving. With ICA, we have cleared it. CIT, we've cleared it. CIMA, we've cleared it. We are moving on to the next one. I can tell you, you are at the right place. So thank you all. My name is Sigmund. I'm your chief servant here. And on behalf of the team, I wish you a lovely evening. Bye-bye.